Hello everyone on YouTube and welcome to a new tutorial in Maya, and this time I'm gonna show you a few of the settings I made to the render setting for mental ray, which I used on this 3-bar scene I showed you in my fan page. So I'm just navigating to the file itself. I just made some refresh install to the operating system, and also for the Maya. Sorry, I had to turn off the vent. So let's seek for this file for Maya project, and yeah. Okay, wait, I made a mistake. File open. Sorry, almost overwrites this. Apps for burning, apps for Maya projects, and this is the file, so it will take a few seconds to load. And basically what we are going to do in this tutorial is only to set the light setup and the render setting for Maya, which I will show you just what setting I used, and you will have to copy these settings. So just in a minute. Okay, it's a very heavy file. It's about 600 and so megabytes, so it's taking a little bit time. There are plenty of things in this scene, as you can see. And if you know already, it's better to work with layers. So this way, if I turn most of the layers, the movement inside our work area is getting a little bit easier. You see, now I can turn, and it's not yet that smooth, so we will have to wait that Maya will finish this rotation. And yeah, it's very heavy, so let's turn about everything off. Maybe, yeah, think that's normal, you know. And because we are only focusing right now on the render setting for this scene, let's open the render setting, which is this icon over here. You can click on it, and then you will see this render setting box. Okay, so I'm using Mental Ray as my engine. You can switch the render engine type here in this drop down menu box. But if you don't get to see Mental Ray over here, and I'm pointing to this because some fan of my fan page on my page was asking about this. So you go over Window, Setting Preferences, Plugin Manager, and as you already know or not, Mental Ray is a built-in application plugin inside Maya, so you will probably find it in this name, maya2mr.bundle. So make sure that those both two checkboxes are ticked, and close it to load it. It could be found somewhere here if it's not here at the bottom. So just make sure it's there, and then you will get to see it. Okay, make sure that you tick those boxes. Okay, so for start, about the render setting. So add a common tab, and not much of an changes, only the preset for what will be the resolution gate for our pictures when I'm rendering it. So I set it to HD 720, and you can change it here to whatever you want, HD 1080 or lower possibilities. Okay, so let's set it back to HD 720, and this is about the common tab. Then go over quality, and here just for a quick render, well, at least quick render, it may be, you may need to set it to 1, okay? Whenever you want to take a very slow render but in good quality, you may change it, you may need to change it to 3, okay? But 1 for now, it's completely good. You can use it just for checking out how things are look in your scene. Also, you can turn off the HD 720 and change it to somewhere here, but then you will really need to do some close-up with your camera on the object you want to see how it looks. Okay, so that way it will be easier for you. So again, I'm switching it back to 720 and back to the quality tab. Now the next thing is under multi-pixel filtering, open the drop box menu, and by default it will be on box, but you need to change it to Mitchell. Okay, expand the ray tracing tab, change the refraction to 10 and the max thrust path to 20. Now if there are not any you know, like glass materials in your scene that need you know, reflections or refractions, those are not that needed. You can lower them down and also reduce the time of your rendering. So basically what ray tracing is doing is giving you a realistic result to light when it passes through objects like glasses or any transparent objects. Okay, so you need to set it to at least 10-20 whenever you use multiply objects on your scene, which are something like glasses, okay, glass or bottles of glass. Okay, now the next thing is to scroll down to the let's see, okay, nothing here, nothing special here. Let's just switch to the indirect lighting, and here we will need to check the physical sun and sky in order to get our light in our scene. And apparently it doesn't seems to be here because I may add it accidentally to one of my layers, and by switching them off it's been disappeared. So whatever, just make sure that you create a physical sun and sky. I also created an HDR image-based lighting HDR map to the scene because you can see it's here. This is this globe over here, just to make sure that everything that when I want to introduce some you know, metal objects to the scene, and I want to give them a realistic look or any, you know, reflections from the environment. So this is when I add this image-based lighting HDRI map. I made a tutorial about this, so if you want you can check this. Just look on my tutorials, it's out there somewhere. Now the next thing is when you turn on the physical sun and sky, you also get the final gathering applied automatically. Okay, by default it won't be checked, but when you click on this one will disappear, will appear. Okay, it will be ticked, and you will get to see it. And by default the accuracy of it is 100. And I'm also trying sometimes to play with few settings to see what benefits I can get from them. So I put it over 250, while you can still use the 100 if you like. And the next thing is, oh sorry, maybe another thing, no, okay, final gathering quality. By default the filter under this tab and the final gathering quality will set to 0, okay? So change it to 1 or 2, but 1 it's okay, 1 it's where it's supposed to be, 2 it's my own adding to it, because as I told you, I'm trying to see what are the results, if it makes any good with my pictures rendering, so this is why I'm playing with those settings. But the default is 0 and it needed to be set to 1, okay? And I think that that's it for the render setting and for mental ray. Now the next thing is to do something. So we need to do something, some setup to the camera. Okay, I have here a camera which I'm not using it at this scene right now. When I'm taking the rendering out, I'm not using this camera, I'm using the Prospective Camera. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to create a new scene and not save this scene. It's already been saved, so I don't want the changes to be applied to it. And what we are going to do is I'm going to show you how to do some modification to your camera, okay? So it's going to be very tricky because you need to pay attention very closely for what I'm going to show you, so make sure you do it. Okay, so this is a new scene and we are using the Prospective Camera right now. You can see it here at the bottom, it's highlighted in green. And if you open here, this box here, it's the outliner. And if you can't find it, you can always find it somewhere here, which I'm usually not using those, but let's see, panels, yeah, panels, layout, 2 pans side by side, and by default it's using the outliner because this is the last thing I checked, but you can click on here on panels and switch the panel to your outliner. Okay, so this is how you get this outliner, and right now it's on the right side. Most of the time I'm using it from the left side like it was, so do whatever you feel. Oh, it's because I use the perspective view in order to apply this outliner over here. Okay, never mind. Now we can choose the Prospective Camera, okay, the one we are actually looking through right now. And while we're clicking on it, we can go over Window, Hypergraph Connections, and then we get to see this nodes over here. Okay, so perspective, yeah, okay, something is wrong right now, so let me check it. Preferences, yeah, something is very wrong right now. Okay, so Window, Hypergraph Connections, and yeah, a little bit strange. Okay, I know what's the problem, sorry. Okay, now whenever you will create the mental ray settings and you apply the physical sun and sky and choose create here, actually what this will do is that it will update your camera. Okay, now you see, before I used the camera, before I created this physical sun and sky, the Prospective Camera had only just one node in this hypergraph connection that I opened. Now, after I was creating the hypergraph, the physical sun and sky, and choose the hypergraph connection, then you will get to see that the perspective shape, which is the camera, will be updated in 3 new nodes. Okay, which attach to it. Okay, so this is why I didn't get them before, because it's only happening when you click on create. And now from here we need to do some changes. Okay, so you can zoom in to see the nodes better, and by using the same movement keys you do inside the Maya workspace, like here, you know. So we have here 4 nodes. The first node is Prospective Shape, which is the camera. Here we have Maya Physical Sun and Sky, which we just created, and the sun direction and the Maya exposure. Okay, so those 3 added only when we created the Physical Sun and Sky. Now we want to change this node, the Maya exposure, simple one. Okay, and you can see that this node is connected to the camera here and to the Maya Physical Sun and Sky here, but we need to know how to connect our new node, which we are going to apply in a moment over here. We need to know how to connect this new node to the same connection that this exposure node is using. So if you put your mouse cursor over here, you can see that I won't move the mouse, but you can see that I have some message when I'm putting my mouse over it, and it says my exposure simple dot, which this is the node connected from the message to the perspective shape, whatever. Okay, mile lens shader. Okay, so we need to first bring inside here, this area, the new node that we want to use. So in order to do this, first we'll a bit minimize. I will a little bit minimize this window so we can see things better, and I will open the hypershade. Okay, so in the hypershade we have under mental ray we have lenses. Okay, now again, if you want to apply the mental ray plugin manager, you won't get to see those nodes, so make sure you applied it. Okay, so after you've done so, go over lenses, and the first node here, Maya exposure photographic, you need to click on it. Okay, and then you will get this node. Okay, now that's cool. Now what we need to do is actually first, let's be organized. We are going to take this Maya, and we said that the Maya exporter simple message is connected to the perspective shape. So you catch this connection and tap on delete key, and it will delete the connection. Now we will bring the Maya exposure photo over. We will click on it with your mouse middle button, and hold it and move it over this perspective shape and release. So then you will get this menu. So choose default, and the connection will be made. Okay, now this one was easy. Now we are dealing with some other kind of connection, which in this case we will have to tell the Maya exposer where to connect from, to what to connect in this node. Okay, so let's put the mouse cursor over here, and you can see that in this connection the message is connected to the Maya Physical Sky. Okay, so this is Maya Physical Sky. So we are going to delete this connection. Click with our mouse middle button and hold down and release on top of this one. And this time we will choose default, but the default option will bring us this window. Okay, so the problem here in this window is that this is the left side, this is the right side. This is what we are going to connect to what we are going to connect. So the left display, we need to tick here in this tab the show hidden. Okay, so that way we get to see all the connections that this node have, and here we need to take on this show hidden also to see all the connection that this node have. And as we said, we need to connect the message from the Maya exposer, okay, which is this is the node for Maya exposer, because by the way, always the first node that you choose and move it over other one will appear at the left side, so pay attention for this. So message connected to, we said, Maya sky exposure. So click on this also, and you can see the connection is made, and you can close it. And that's it. This is what you need to do, and we can delete this node. Now, next thing is to do some changes to these nodes. Okay, we connected them, but we didn't yet set these connections. Okay, so if we take just a simple render just to see what we see here in the work area, you can see that you will get a black area here. You won't get to see the picture. Even if I add any object like a sphere inside this, okay, okay, like this, and I will take a render shot, okay, sorry, took only 1 second, and as you can see there is nothing here. So the problem is with our nodes. So if you already close this, again, the only thing that you need to do is click on perspective in the outliner, go over window, hypergraph connection, and you will get to see the connections of the camera. Okay, so here at the Maya Physical Sun and Sky, we need to change the value of the Rgb. Okay, this is the Maya Physical Sun and Sky. This is the node we added, but we are dealing with this one right now. So the Maya Physical Sun and Sky, you need to change those values of the Rgb unit conversion. So what you need to do actually is type 0.318 and also 0.318 over here and 0.318 over here. And now make sure you don't close this, just minimize this window. Let's try to take a render, and now you get to see the sphere we have here. Okay, so that way it looks nice, but you know, if you like taking a render out without changing any exposure nodes to this camera, you probably get a brightened picture. So in order to fix this issue, which in this actual render we can see that the sphere is very darkened, the environment, what you need to do is to again open the hypergraph connection for the camera, choose the Maya exposure photographic, and then go over the attribute editor for it, which is here. Okay, by the way, also for this Maya exposer Physical Sun and Sky, you just need to select the node and it should appear the attribute editor for it, also for the Maya exposure. So just to make things clear, and now we want to make some changes in order to get a brightened picture for our render. So first of all, I'm not that familiar with cameras, but following one tutorial I watched, you need to change this F number, which stands for f-stop button or whatever, to lower value. Okay, so the lower value for something, you know, in the middle, it's good to have it over 10. Okay, and maybe even yeah, 10, it's okay. And now let's first open the last render. You see, this is how it looks. So I will save the picture, and now I will take another render. Okay, so now you can see if I'll save this picture, you can see the differences between how the pictures and how the light looks right now and how did it looks earlier before I changed this f-stop. Okay, so there are also lots of things over here. You can make change to them and see what kind of effect they bring. See, in this resolution it's very easy to Maya to bring you results fast, and that way just to explore a few of those settings. Don't be shy with those functions. You see, this is the vignette kind of look and effect, and you can do many things, so your exposure will react actually like a real camera in real life. So also the gamma here, so you can do lots of stuff with it and whatever. So this is for the first part. Hope that it was too much complicated as always, and this is only the first step of how to set up the light setting that I used in this tree bar. I hope you enjoy this one, and we will continue in the second part, which I'll show you just the basics of how to create your shaders to this kind of scene, okay, for this kind of light setup. Okay, that's it. So see you soon. We'll try to upload this as much as fast as I can, and hope you will enjoy this tutorial. So bye for now, see you soon, bye.